She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace. She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case. Cause she litigate with dignity and grace.
Hello, litigators and opinionators. Court is now in session. Y'all, so we've been on this whole journey into Mexico land, with some of these tragedies that have been unfolding. And I just feel as though there's some type of conspiracy, I would say. Some people go to Mexico, y'all, to take out their loved ones, to unalive them, because some of the very lackadaisical laws that are going on in Mexico. That's just a theory of mine. And, you know, I want to talk about this case here that has tragically happened. We heard about what happened to Shanquella. Her friends went there, took her out, and unalived her. And now a sad thing has happened to a Canadian woman. This Canadian woman, she went to Mexico with her boyfriend. I wonder if her boyfriend brought her there for the very specific reason to take this woman out. That's why I kind of have a question about this girl. She goes with her boyfriend, who she thought loved her, y'all. Clearly he didn't. He takes her to Mexico. Shoot, I wonder if he had the whole plan the whole time to kill this woman, because I'm just like, why'd you take her to Mexico? I'm just questioning. He takes her there and he brutally unalives this girl in the hotel. Okay. And this was supposed to be a dream birthday party. It was a dream trip for her to go to Mexico. It's supposed to be a beautiful part of Mexico. And you know what? This man took her out. So I have this inkling. I don't know. It's just a theory. Y'all know I'll be with my theories, that this man brought her there for the sole reason to unalive her. I just feel that, unless they have had prior abusive situations going on. Because how does he just randomly get so mad that he brutally unalives her? Let's get into this crazy case, y'all. So sad. Let's look at this beautiful girl on the screen. Poor young lady die like that. This is heartbreaking. So she is from Canada, y'all. So she's a Canadian woman who was unalived on her dream birthday vacation at a Mexican hotel with her fake alleged abusive boyfriend, alleged. And now he is in custody. And I find that that's good. At least they actually put the man in custody, because you already know how Mexico is. Mexico will be quick to try to blame everything on alcohol poisoning. Y'all know how Mexico is. They always got to say alcohol poisoning. So I'm actually quite surprised that they actually have arrested this man. So I wonder why they didn't do that with the Shanquella case. Because for the Shanquella case, they were just ready to make excuse after excuse after excuse. They just believed everything Cabo Six said. They took it as the gospel. But now for this one, they were quick to arrest, which I'm happy they did. But I wish they would have that same energy for our Black Americans and other Americans that float on into Mexico. Okay, this Canadian woman, she's getting a lot of great justice so far. We'll see. Now, he's also being charged with, you know, the famous criminal charge for women that are unalived in Mexico. Yes, femicide. Same charge that Miss Dejanay may allegedly be charged with as it relates to the Shanquella Robinson case. Authorities have detained a suspect in connection with the death of a woman at a hotel in a Mexican resort town, reports say. And this poor young woman, man, God, Lord, speak to my soul. Why are beautiful people are dying? I mean, I know she's in Canada, but she's still, her life matters, y'all. This is heartbreaking. And she had to lose her life on her birthday, though? On her birthday? Now, we're going to take a look at her GoFundMe, too, so we'll look at that a little later. But for now, let's read this article. Citing prosecutors in Mexico, the CBC reports that a woman from Dawson Creek, British Columbia, was found deceased Friday at a hotel in the coastal resort city of Playa del Carmen. According to the GoFundMe campaign organized to help bring the woman's remains home, family members have identified the victim as Kira Agnew. Agnew was only 23 years old, y'all. Just had a birthday, and she was on her dream birthday vacation with her boyfriend that turned into a complete tragic nightmare, the fundraiser reads. Police in Mexico announced on Twitter that they insured a person of foreign origin for the possible crime of femicide after a lifeless woman was found with possible marks of violence in a hotel located in, okay, here we go with these names, y'all. Here we go. Zacaloco neighborhood. On Friday, the Attorney General of State of Quintana Roo also confirmed in a tweet that an investigation file was initiated on a foreign person arrested for his probable participation in the femicide of a Canadian woman that occurred in a hotel in the Riviera Maya. Neither entity named a suspect or victim. A cause of death or motive remains unclear. It's beyond tragic, Agnew aunt Caitlin Lesgay told CTV News. Everyone's kind of in disbelief. What we want is justice for Kiara. Lesvec added, we want her home. We want everything to come out. We want the truth to come out. We want whoever did this to her to be held accountable. According to the CBC, Canadian authorities are providing consular assistance to the families and are in contact with the local authorities. Spokesperson Marilyn Gervamont, due to privacy considerations, no further information has been disclosed. The investigation continues, y'all. So this is sad, man. This poor girl lost her life. It is a hot mess. These people out here, I wonder if they're, I wonder if people just going to Mexico to do these crazy acts. I don't know. Well, here's her GoFundMe, guys. And it says, help bring Agnew home. You already know, as we heard from the Shanquella Robinson tragedy, that it does cost a significant amount of money to bring the bodies back. I think it cost, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, if it cost Shanquella's parents about $5,000 to bring her Shanquella's body back. So, I mean, they made quite an amount of money. They've made $27,553, and their goal is $30,000. So this is the GoFundMe. It says Tanya Robert is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Naomi, and let's read what they had to say. They said on March 2nd, wow, guys, that was recently. March 2nd, our precious girl, Kiara Agnew, went on what was supposed to be a dream birthday vacation to Mexico with her fake boyfriend, okay? This turned into a nightmare on March 3rd, 2023, when family were notified of her death. Dang, she was only there for one night. You know what that sound like? Shanquella Robinson's case. Shanquella was there only one night and got beat to death the next day, allegedly. So, man, what's going on in Mexico? It feels like they're going there for the specific intent to unalive these people. It's like they're not even there for a full 2 days before they're brutally beaten to death out of this earth. Now, I don't know if she was beaten to death, but they said they found bruising on her to show some type of attack that happened to this woman here. So March 3rd, the family was notified of her death at the hands of someone she loved, who turned out to be a monster, y'all. We are raising costs associated with bringing our girl home, being told it will be at least $20,000. Dang, it only cost Shaquilla's parents, I think, $5,000. That's what he said. $20,000. Oh, I guess because it's in Canada. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Please donate and or share. Help bring our girl home to her mom and dad. That is so sad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see who are the donators here. There's a lot of friends that have been donating. Bless their soul. Yeah, that's pretty much it for their GoFundMe. Let's take a look at a video that kind of goes over more about this very, very sad tragedy, y'all. I'm just saying, I wouldn't even go to Mexico with a friend or a loved one. You never know if people go there for the specific intent to take you out just because of the laws there. Because some laws in other countries may be a little bit more lenient, which is kind of weird because Mexico prisons aren't any joke. It's not something to play with. But you know what? That guy might have gotten an idea. You know what he might have saw? He might have saw that Shanquella Robinson case. The Shanquella Robinson case has gone viral. And he might have saw Shanquella Robinson's case on the news and was like, look, they're not doing anything about that case. So I would just bring my girlfriend to Mexico and take her out over there. And maybe they won't prosecute me because they don't look like they prosecute foreigner cases. That's probably what he was thinking in his irrational head. Who knows? And again, I'm speculating, guys. I don't know what this guy was thinking, but I'm just speculating. But I'm thinking, you see cases like Shanquella's case is not getting much, investigation or anything going on. So he might have thought, oh, I'll just take my girlfriend to Mexico and take her completely out of this earth because it looked like nobody going to do anything about it over there. They're just going to blame it on alcohol poisoning anyway. So I might get away with it. That's what I'm starting to think are these people doing. It's a question and it's speculation. But let's hear what this reporter has to say.
It was basically the trip of her dreams.
Kiara Agnew was with her boyfriend in Mexico, days away from celebrating her 24th birthday, when her family says the Mayan Riviera vacation turned into a nightmare.
It's honest.
Wow, that's even more sad, guys. I thought she just turned 23. She didn't even get to see her birthday. She never got to get to 24. So she was killed the day they pretty much got there. She was unalived. It sound planned to me. So she never even got to celebrate her birthday. That's sad. She never got to see 24. That is awful. What a sad tragedy. Poor girl.
Honestly, shocking. For me, it doesn't feel like it's real yet. I don't want it to be real. I've never wanted something to be more false in my entire life.
Caitlin Levesque last spoke with her niece via Snapchat Thursday evening after she arrived in Playa del Carmen. The family says Agnew, who lived and worked in Dawson Creek, was found dead the next day.
She had so much life left to live, and it's not fair that that was robbed from her.
In a tweet Friday, police in Playa del Carmen say they insured a person of foreign origin for the possible crime of femicide after a lifeless woman was found with possible marks of violence in a hotel located in the Aquis Calicoco neighborhood.
She was found in one of the laundry rooms. Alleged suspect was found beside her sleeping. To all women, if he hurts you, that's not love.
Are you serious? Did you hear that? She was found in a laundry room, and this man had the audacity. He's 26 years old and a hockey player. Y'all know Daily Mail be giving us the straight tea, so we're going to go into Daily Mail and read what they had to say. But this 26-year-old hockey player brutally, unalives this woman, tosses her into a laundry room. Are you kidding me? And then has the audacity, y'all, to go to sleep. Are you serious? Who does that? This man is cold and callous. Cold and callous. I'm starting to think this man planned this out from the get-go because this girl didn't even get to see her birthday. It was like he was already going to just fly her on out there and just take this girl completely out. Wow. And this aunt is seeming to suggest that there had been prior history of abuse. But let's go back. Sorry to interrupt y'all. I just got caught off guard when they said they found her in a laundry room and he's sleeping. Are you serious?
If he hurts you, that's not love. Her sleeping. To all women, if he hurts you, that's found in one of the laundry rooms. Alleged suspect was found beside her sleeping. To all women, if he hurts you, that's not love. And if it happens once, please don't give him a second chance.
Global Affairs Canada says it's aware of the death of a Canadian citizen and the detention of another Canadian citizen in Mexico. Agnew's northern BC community of just over 12,000 is in shock. The Lakeview Credit Union where she worked says it's mourning the loss of a teammate and friend, describing what happened as a devastating tragedy. Agnew's family, meantime, is fundraising to bring their loved one home.
Kiara was kind, caring, and vibrant. She had a heart of gold. Justice is the most important thing to me outside of bringing Kiara home because she deserves it.
Kristen Robinson, Global News.
And what's even more disturbing about it is the aunt said that he was found sleeping next to her dead body then because she's already deceased in the laundry room. It wasn't like he went and slept next to her body. It makes me wonder, was he intoxicated? And I mean, really intoxicated. How do you unalive somebody and then take a nap next to him? This is absolutely shocking the conscience of just how sick and callous this man was to this woman, allegedly. Guys, this is absolutely insane. What is really going on in these people's mind? But I have to pull up Daily Mail because Daily Mail, I'm telling you, it has to be one of the most thorough reporting agencies that are out there. So they're going to give us some deep tea that I want to hear about. So the first thing they tell us is that this woman, she's a banker. She's 23 years old. She's found dead a day after arriving at Mexico Resort. She was visiting to celebrate her birthday as a hockey player. Boyfriend, 26 years old, is arrested over her death. So hockey player, was this man on some type of steroids or whatever to keep him successful as a successful hockey player? I don't know what was going on in this man's head. Kira Agnew was dead at a hotel in Playa del Carmen, Mexico last week. Canada's Global Affairs said her boyfriend, and his name is Ryan Friesen, is in custody. See, I told you. Now, Daily Mail gonna give us the full details. We got this man's name now. Ryan Friesen is the name of the man. He's 26 years old, and he's a hockey player. So he's a little bit older than this young lady. So you already know a lot of times these older men, they like to target these younger women, even though he's only about 3 years younger. 3 years older than this young lady, but still sometimes they like the younger women because they're a little bit more vulnerable and they can control them and a lot of things like that. It's just a question I do have in my head, it's still there in existence. A Canadian woman has been found dead at a Mexican holiday resort where she was celebrating her birthday with her hockey player boyfriend, who has reportedly been arrested in connection with her death. Kira Agnew, 23 years old, a bank worker from British Columbia, was found dead after the Grand Sunset Princess Resort in Playa del Carmen, south of Cancun, last week. Miss Agnew had been on the celebratory vacation with her boyfriend, Ryan Friesen, who is 26 years old, a hockey player for the Dawson Creek Canucks. So he seemed to be some very skillful hockey player. He was very controlling towards this girl. Oh my gosh, she was beautiful. The Secretary of Public Security in Soledad said it has since detained a person of foreign origin for the police crime of homicide after a lifeless woman was found with possible marks of violence in a hotel located in Zacaloco neighborhood. An image of the individual with a blurred face accompanied the police statement. Because they always blur out the faces. Mexico be trying to protect people's identity over there. The Canadian government's Global Affairs Department also acknowledged the tragic death and confirmed that Friesen had been taken into custody in Mexico. And here is the young lady. She is just so beautiful. Oh God, I don't know. They did this thing with they you can't even see it when you try to enlarge in it. All right, I got to do it again, guys. Sorry about that. Let me re-share my screen. I tried to make it larger, y'all, but you know how my computer don't want us to be great sometimes. But here is a picture of the young lady. I'll just make it large like this. She's so pretty. Poor young lady. Only 23 years old. She didn't even get to see her actual birthday because the man took her out. And it makes me think that this man already had been previously abusive to this girl. A lot of times when they abuse the women, they will love bomb you later on. They'll try to do all these nice, extravagant things for you to get you to stay. And that's probably what he did. He probably beat her before and then was like, oh, I'm going to take you on this dream birthday to make up for the prior abuse. And it just gets worse and worse. Allegedly. Kira Agnew, 23 years old. She's a bank worker from British Columbia, was found dead last week. So sad. This is the man that, with the blurred face, who is the boyfriend, allegedly. An image of the individual believed to be Ryan Friesen accompanied the police. Now, guys, to be honest, his face is blurred. He looked like he probably intoxicated too, to be honest. That man looked like he about 40 years old. I mean, I can't see his eyes, but just looking at his hair and his mustache and all that, he looked like he about 45 years old. He looked older than 26 to me. I don't look like a 26-year-old. Does that look like a 26-year-old to you? Wait, what happened? Why did it do that? He looked old. Wow. They always want to blur out the eyes. I wish we could have a picture of this man because I want to see what he really looked like, okay? Officials are providing consular assistance to the families and are in contact with the local authorities. She added that no further information could be disclosed due to privacy. The state prosecutor's office in Quintana Roo, the district in which the resort is located, also confirmed that a foreign individual had been arrested in connection with the death of the Canadian woman. Now, Miss Agnew was days away from her 24th birthday. That's sad. Didn't even get to see her birthday. And she had been looking forward to her celebratory vacation with Friesen. It is understood that the couple had been together for only 18 months, y'all, around 18 months. So that's only a year and 6 months. That's not even long, a year and a half. And they have booked a trip to Mexico at around Christmas time. So he probably was doing this to make up for what he did before. You know what I mean? Friesen plays for the Dawson Creek Canucks, a junior B hockey team. Miss Agnon's aunt, Caitlin Lesvik, told the Toronto Star she has been counting down to this trip. It's shocking. We want to know what happened. She was a beautiful, wonderful person inside and out. It's unfair that she was robbed of her chance to experience life to the fullest. Lasves said the family was waiting on an autopsy result and did not want to speculate about the ongoing investigation. However, she said that the family of Friesen had been in touch and were devastated, hurting, and confused. They want to find out what happened as much as everybody else, she said. Miss Agnew works for Dawson Creek branch of Lakeview Credit Union. So she works at that bank over there. She seems so beautiful naturally, just very purely natural, beautiful woman taken out of this earth. Young woman. Sometimes, you know, these older women, these older men out here, y'all got to be careful, ladies out there. They be wanting to dominate and control. It's sad she didn't even get to see her birthday. That is so sad. Probably just a sweet soul. Love sometimes can be a deadly thing, I tell you. Very deadly thing. This is just a little stunning girl, too. That is so sad, y'all. So sad. Oh, man. Poor girl. Agnew and her boyfriend have been together only a year and a half. Agnew was found dead at the Grand Sunset Princess Resort pictured in Playa del Carmen. Wow, guys, look at this place. It is so beautiful. It's absolutely dreamy. And I wonder if she wanted to celebrate here for her birthday. It's like the birthday of anyone's dreams. It looks like a paradise, doesn't it? Shoot, looks can be deceiving. I'm just saying, I feel like he brought her there for this specific intent. I'm just saying, because how do you unalive somebody as soon as you even get to the hotel? She did. I'm like, dang. It's like, did he get drunk the night of and then just flip out on her or what? Here's another picture of this beautiful 23-year-old who was ripped. Her life was completely ripped from her very existence because we got these sick people out here in Mexico acting a complete fool. Y'all, it's just so sad, man. She was days away, didn't even get to have the birthday. That's the sad part about it, y'all. The bank said in February, and the bank said in Facebook post, all a Lakeview Credit Union are mourning. Sorry, that was worded so weird, guys. It said, all at Lakeview Credit Union are mourning the loss of our teammate and friend, Kira Agnew. This is a devastating tragedy and loss for our community. We send our love and faith to others who have been impacted. Kira, she loved to travel, guys. She has wanted to travel since she was little, Miss Levesque told CBA. She had a heart of gold. She was vibrant. She was courageous. She was driven. Miss Lasvex also said her niece was an animal lover. She loved animals all, and the kind of girl that would stop on the side of the road and need to rescue whatever animals there, a bird, a cat, a baby raccoon, it wouldn't matter. Aw, that's so sad. Look at, she was so full of life. That's messed up. The aunt concluded that the death was beyond tragic for every single person involved. There have been several cases of female tourists being killed by their companions. Look at this, guys. Let's read that again. I'm going to read it slow for you. There have been several cases of female tourists being killed by their companions along the coast, a popular vacation spot for Americans and Canadians. You see that? Because either they go there, they get too drunk and intoxicated, and they're not thinking, and they brutally take these people out, or there's another dark, sinister motive lurking behind the surface of these people intentionally bringing these people to this beautiful resort to unalive them, because they're saying there has been several cases. So it seems like some people out here are just intentionally bringing these people to Mexico to take them completely out. Or there's that other issue of people getting so intoxicated they lose their complete mind. But that would be foreseeable if this person already can't handle their liquor even in their hometown where they live. But I find that disturbing that they're saying there's several cases of these female tourists being unalived by their companions. This sentence is scary, y'all. Along the coast of a popular vacation spot for Americans and Canadians. And here's another picture of her here in better times, living her best life before that sick man took her out, y'all. That's so sad. Miss Agnew left has been on the celebratory vacation with her boyfriend, Ryan Fraser. Now, this is not Ryan Fraser. I don't know who this person is. They just taking pictures of folks, not even telling us who it is. Who is this? I don't know who that might be a friend or something. Here she is here, on better days. Just absolutely just a stunning young lady who just love life. Love life, y'all. It's dangerous in these streets. I just wouldn't go to Mexico. If somebody invite me to Mexico, I'm like, nope, boy, bye, not going. Oh, that's sad, man. That is so sad. She loved to travel, was just about to enjoy this trip and couldn't even enjoy it for a few days. In the most famous case, former survivor producer Bruce Beresford Redmond was convicted of beating and strangling his wife, 42-year-old Monica Beresford Redmond, in 2010 in Mexico, y'all. Her body was found naked in a sewer cistern at a Cancun area resort where the family was vacationing, released about 2 months ago. Did you hear this? Dang. And he's recently been released, but he unalived and brutally beat and strangled his wife to death in a Cancun area resort. This other man. He was released from a Mexican prison in 2019 after serving 7.5 years of a 12-year sentence. Oh my God. Did you see how low that sentence is? After he brutally beat and killed his wife, he only gets 7 years. Are you kidding me? See, guys, that's why people are going over to Mexico and killing people, because you don't get a big sentence over there. Mexico is very lackadaisical with their sentences. How do you brutally kill somebody and get 7 years? Are you kidding me? 7.5 years? Wow. Guys, that's the motive, y'all. There's way too many cases of loved ones, friends, people bringing their loved ones all into Mexico to brutally unalive them, because look at what happened. These sentences are so significantly low. If that same thing happened in America, they would have got life without possibility of parole, or life with maybe some possibility of parole after like serving 25 years or whatever. But 7.5 years? Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? Guys, I feel like there's some underlying motive for these people, Americans, Canadians alike, to go to Mexico with their loved ones if they have this underlying intent to take them out. Because look at the sentences they get. The man has been released already. He's living his best life after brutally killing this girl. Wow, I'm done. So it looks like this Canadian man who brutally unalived his girlfriend, he's probably not going to get much of a sentence either. Literally, this is terrible. 7.5. I'm done. This took me out. That sentence is so low. It's a complete slap in the face of justice, period. That's why people want to go to Mexico, it seems now. They want to go and just unalive folks and just get a nice, clean, smooth sailing sentence, it seems. Or not even get convicted at all, because who knows, Mexican authorities might just lie and say it's alcohol poisoning and just not even prosecute, period. The Playa del Carmen resort has also seen numerous deaths involving nationals. Wow. In June last year, 2 Canadians sought by Interpol were found unalived by knife wound at the coastal resort. Oh my God, they were brutally at the resort, guys. So even in those terrace areas, people are being unalived. They probably were robbed, in my opinion. I'm guessing that they were probably robbed and then brutally unalived. And this is at a resort. Because people are using the excuse. They're like, oh, the reason why those other people were unalived was because they were not in tourist areas. Well, they're talking about in tourist areas, people are being unalived over there too. It's not just in the areas where tourists don't frequent. It's in the tourist areas, in the resort areas where you're still not safe. I mean, think about what happened to that public defender. He was in an alleged resort area in a hotel, and he still got brutally unalived recently. People claim it was of course, the government wants to claim alcohol poisoning. Once again, they always trying to claim somebody drunk. But the same thing is happening, guys, even in the resorts in the tourist area, which is why I keep saying hashtag boycott Mexico. Because look, people over there bringing family friends over there to unalive them because they're not getting sentences. And even if they don't do that, you're still going to get unalived by somebody who tries to rob you. You just don't have much of a chance of survival over there. I'm just saying, you might get lucky and live, but I'm just saying, why take the risk? That's what I'm saying. Why risk your life? It's like you're gambling with your life going over to Mexico. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to come back alive or not. You don't know how you're going to come back alive, or you don't know if you're going to come back alive or whether you're going to come back in a box. Who knows? Or if you'll ever come back because you go missing. You just don't know what's going to happen going over there. It's a gamble. Earlier in January 2022, 2 more Canadians were unalived in the area, allegedly due to debts they owed to international drugs and weapons gangs. Wow. So you see some people, they like to go over to Mexico to do drug exchanges and drug deals, and it looks like they owed the wrong drug cartel over there and got taken completely out of the world. I'm just saying, y'all, hashtag boycott. Oh, look what's happening to these beautiful people. I feel like my intuition is telling me that man went there for the very intent to unalive this girl. He felt like he had nothing to lose. He knew the laws in Mexico were very lackadaisical, that they were going to just give him a little slap on the wrist. If not, he probably thought he wasn't going to get charged at all. But even if he did get charged, he knew that it was not going to be much because, they don't really do much for, they don't really charge people. If they do, they don't even give you much of a sentence. You're literally just getting away with murder over there. That's why people are going over there. Allegedly. It's my theory, guys. I don't have specific facts of it, but it just sounds very fishy. It sounds like that's what people are doing, that they're going over there unaliving their loved ones because they're literally getting a slap on the wrist. Look what happened to this man. That man served 7.5 years after brutally beating and strangling his wife to death. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If he did that in America, y'all, he would be done. One and done. One and completely done. There is no way that he would ever see anything less than some decades in jail and prison if he did something like that in America. Okay? If not serve life. So it's just, here she is right here. Poor girl, y'all. This is sad. I was trying to see if I can get a picture of the boyfriend, but y'all know they're trying to hide this man. I don't know why they're trying to hide him. I want to see a picture. All they got is that picture of obscuring him. If he is brave enough to do the crime, then he should be brave enough to show his little stank face for the whole world to see. That is just so messed up. So messed up. Okay, so his name is Ryan Friesen. I wonder if a friend posted his picture. I'm just gonna see if I can find it. Because I know they got some pictures of this man floating around. It would be nice if they could show us. Dang, they only were together for a year or two. Like, it makes me wonder, was this man on some type of steroids? What was it? And it's sad because she had a dream of coming here, y'all. She really wanted to come here and enjoy her best life and get taken out. That is okay. Look, it says, let's see here. It says the junior Canucks and the rest of the Nucks congratulate alumni Ryan Friesen for his hockey commitment. Let's see if we got a picture here on Twitter. Maybe we can get lucky and see. Now, I don't know if this is really him, y'all. Let's try to see. I'm giving a disclaimer that I don't know if it's him, but it sounds like it because that's the team he plays on. Junior, that's where he plays on. He plays on Junior Canucks, and his name is Ryan Friesen. So which one would it be then? That don't look like him. But this was 2017, so it might have. That's many years ago, so it might be an old picture of him. I'm wondering if it's this one or that one. I don't know. It looked like it would be this one. Dawson Creeks. So here they have here their page. So I wonder if their page might slip up and have a photo of this man somewhere, y'all. Because it would be nice to see who this man is. Okay. It would be. Because if he was man enough to do this horrible crime to this woman, why can't we see his face? Why Mexico over here hiding folks? He looked pretty, I mean, we didn't even get to see his eyes, but he looked like he was like in his 40s. He must have had a rough life. What's really going on? Okay, guys, well, it doesn't look like this. This is the team he does play on, though. All we have is that photo that they showed us here. That's really all they showed us. And I don't know which one of them is him, whether it's the guy on the left or the guy on the right. But that's really all we have. Let me see. Maybe somebody commented because this was 2017. So this is a really old photo of him. Great. Congratulations, Ryan. Okay. Does she know Ryan? That lady looked like she know Ryan because she's congratulating him. That is pretty sad, though. What is the appropriate time for us hockey fans to start questioning all the ankle injuries in this soccer tournament? I don't know if this is really him. Oh, look here. Look here. Look here. It says sad day for the blah, blah, blah. This is soccer, though. Okay, yeah, I was trying to find this man's picture, but all that came up was this weird picture that doesn't, oops. This is a blog. Let's see later here. Ryan's girlfriend died in, ooh, what are these people saying? Oh gosh, here we go. All right, guys, that pretty much seems to be all we can find for now. If we can find this man's photo, we will. Hi, Joy Williams. Happy Sunday. She said, I'm never leaving the USA. I'm staying put, never going out of the country. That sentencing is ridiculous. Isn't it? It's like a slap in the face. Who does that? Are you serious, J-Mo? He said he heard the cartel took over the resort. What? Oh my gosh, that's scary, y'all. Cartel might be in the resort, y'all. Don't go to Mexico. This has been going on for years. It has. See, I didn't know all that. I did not know it was that bad. Abusers often look for people who are kind and easygoing. Right? They do. Yes, that's true. And she's very kind and easygoing. At this point in time, all men are suspect. Okay, you just got to side eye people. We are living in the last days. Just weird stuff going on, guys. Joy Williams says, oh, how sad. 18 months. He love bombed her. He did. It does sound like that, Joy Williams. It sounds like he love bombed her, like she said, and she failed for this. This poor sweetheart. I am asking you guys, please be careful. Boycott Mexico. Right, Joy Williams. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you for that wisdom, girl. It does, though, to me, I think you're right. It does sound like he was love bombing this girl. I mean, look at him taking her to this lavish trip to Mexico and this beautiful resort. It sounds like every time he beat this woman, he probably would just take her on a nice trip or buy her a Louis Vuitton or something fancy because he plays on the hockey team. So he probably was getting paid pretty good, getting lucrative amount of money. So he was using that money to spend on this girl and love bomb her into staying with him, even though he was abusive. That is sick. Right. Emma says that looks like some old man, doesn't he? That man look, oh, guys, it don't look like a 26-year-old. Are they sure he's 26? That look 26 to me. That look like an old dude right there. He look real old. 26 who? Okay, he not 26. Yes, I'm saying, dude look like he's at least 46, not 26. I'm done with y'all. But that's true. He does look like he's 46 or something. I agree with you. Oh, Jazzy girl, we wish we knew what happened. All they basically said was that she had signs of bruising and she was found deceased in a laundry room, and he was sitting there laying next to her while she was deceased. That is so weird. So weird. How do you sleep next to your dead girlfriend that you brutally unalive? Joy Williams says, not allegedly. The abuse gets worse until they almost kill you. In her case, he succeeded allegedly. Girl, exactly. But for legal purposes, I always say allegedly, but y'all know. Police versus people, stay out of Mexico. Americans, Women, stay out of Mexico. Please, please, justice for Shanquella, justice for Shanquella. Right. Justice for all these victims, because there's so many victims piling up by the day. Did you guys know the last live we talked about? There's at least 500 U.S. citizens that are missing in Mexico right now. 500. And it's sad that they're not getting any publicity in the news. That's crazy. Emma said there's another case like that. Rhonda Castro husband fell asleep next to her after she fell off a cliff while they were hiking. Not normal. Oh my God, are you serious, Emma? You know, it makes me think this guy was really drunk. I think he has a drinking problem. He gives me alcoholic vibes. I think he probably got really drunk that first day and they got into a big argument and he became violent with her, brutally unalived her, and he passed out from exhaustion after beating her to death, passed out from exhaustion and intoxication, and then woke up the next day, saw her dead. That's what I think happened. And I think he was woke up by maybe a maid or something. He was in there passed out drunk after killing this woman because he was so exhausted from beating her to death. And he was intoxicated that the maid probably came in there to clean up, saw him passed out and saw her deceased and reported it. That's my humble opinion as to what allegedly went down in that room. It sounds like to me. Cammy said, exactly. I'll enjoy my own Taco Tuesday with my own cooking at home. Exactly. It's getting to that point. Every time I hear about these domestic violence cases, guys, I'm not going to lie. It makes me really terrified to date because it's like a lot of these men, they can't handle rejection. They can't handle you leaving them. It's like they really be thinking death till death do us part. They can't stand that you are going to leave them. It's really scary. And sometimes you can't even predict it because sometimes people will be so nice to you and they will love bomb the heck out of you and then brutally take you out the next day just because you didn't want to be with them. It's very scary. It's like almost no way out of these relationships. It's scary. So it's like, and how do you know how to pick them right? Because I had a friend, she dated her man for 10 years before she married him. And guys, don't you know, as soon as she married him, he completely changed. He be turned into a monster. So it's like you just can't really predict it sometimes. You don't know what you're getting when you get in these relationships. It's scary. It's like almost a death sentence. It's very scary. Joy Williams, you lucky. She got her a good one. Hi, Joy Williams, my love. Joy Williams is lucky. She got her a keeper. And she snatched to the gods. So she got it all going on, y'all. Joy Kemp is Miss Blessed. Girl, you got to help me out. Try to figure out how to pick the right one, girl. Help a sister out. I need you to do a live on your page to help a sister pick the right one. I'm just saying. Yesem says, not just tourism. Mexico also makes money from returning victims back home too. Oh, yeah, you're right, Yesem. That is true. They do the whole ransom thing. Very, very true, which is what they did in that 4 American case with the Tummy Tuck 4. I think once it was publicized about those 2 individuals, they kept them alive to get an exchange of money. I pretty much am suspecting that the U.S. had to pay a hefty fee for those 2 to come back alive. I'm just guessing, you know. No telling how often this happens, right? And you're right, like Yesem said, because a lot of these cases don't get publicized, and we just are told by a Texas Ranger that there's 500 U.S. citizens missing. And that's the first time I've ever heard that number. I don't know about y'all. Have you heard 500 U.S. citizens missing? That's a large amount of U.S. citizens missing. And the question is, why hasn't this been publicized earlier? Because you got all these American citizens thinking that it's safe to go there. And a lot of them are turning up missing, guys. This is so scary. It's like people going over there to celebrate their anniversaries and all these things, and they're not coming home, y'all. They're coming up missing. So you're not even safe in the tourist areas. People keep saying, stay in the tourist areas. Well, no, people are getting stabbed and robbed over there too. A man just recently got unalived over there in a tourist area. The public defender man. So she's not safe anywhere in the streets over there in Mexico. Right. Emma says, why is it femicide? I need to look into this charge in Mexico. What's up with it? Strange to me. So femicide, the reason why that's a charge in Mexico, it's basically the unaliving of a woman because she is a woman. Because in Mexico, there has been a lot of murders of women there. A lot of women get abused there and they're brutally murdered. And the amount of people being murdered in Mexico are so bad that it has gotten to a point where they had to make a charge about it. They had to make a charge about it, y'all, because of how bad it is, how bad the women are getting brutally beaten and killed over there. It's so bad. Women are not safe over there. They're not. They're just being hunted down like animals. So that's why in Mexico, because it's a nationwide issue over there, they made up a charge called femicide. And so whenever a woman is killed over there, it's considered a charge of femicide because of her being a woman, because of her gender. It's a whole charge over there, and it's more of an aggravated charge. So femicide is a sex-based hate crime. It's considered a hate crime. It's an enhancement of a type of crime, broadly defined as the intentional killing of a woman or girls because they are female. Though definitions vary depending on the cultural context, feminist author Diane was the first to define and disseminate this term in modern terms. So that's Mexico has this type of crime in Mexico because of how bad it is over there. The women get killed left and right. You are not safe in the streets if you're a woman over there. Okay. And a lot of times these cases were not getting prosecution done for the cases. So what they did was they made a whole crime about it. They basically established an enhancement so that if a woman is killed, you get an extra amount of sentence. Your sentence will be longer than the average homicide over there. You already can see the homicides are pretty low sentencing over there. You can get 7 years over there, 12 years for a murder in Mexico. But when it's a femicide, it's an enhanced type crime because it's considered a hate crime. So in those instances, people will face larger amounts of time in prison. I think it's like 25 years or something, guys. Don't quote me on it because I forgot the number. I looked it up before. Now I forgot it already, but I think it's like 25 years or whatever they get. It's like an enhanced sentence. It's an aggravated crime. So you're going to get higher amount of prison time versus just an average homicide. Because you already know how Mexico is. They don't seem to really care about murder over there. Murder is just a walk in the park. So they'll give you a 12-year sentence. Can you believe this? Anyway, and then they'll cut that 12 years into 7.5. Look what happened to that case we just read about. But anyway, femicide is the act of murdering women because they are women. Mexico, particularly in Ciudad Juarez, is one of the leading countries in the amount of femicides that occur each year. This escalation of violence began in the early 1990s and was followed by a wave of sexual violence and torture, abductions, increasing rates of women being murdered because of their gender. That's why. So in their attempts to understand the causes of this brutality, this is good stuff, y'all. We getting a whole a lecture on this. Researchers found that the majority of women are murdered by their current or ex-partners. See, this is why I'm telling you it's so scary to date. It is so scary to date. I don't want to date, y'all. I don't want to date. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Additionally, the violence is also a result of what is known as the backlash theory, a phenomenon in which when a marginalized group gains more rights within their society, there is a violent backlash from their oppressors. So you see, they want to keep women in Mexico. They want to keep them suppressed. They want them to be just the passive, low hanging fruit woman that submits and just doesn't speak up, doesn't have any rights, doesn't do anything. And the moment she gets any form of a little amount of rights, the men become more violent toward these women in Mexico and brutally unalive them if they stand up for themselves. And so a lot of these women are just getting hunted down, raped, tortured, beaten, unalived in Mexico. So they had to create a crime called femicide, which is an aggravated charge. And you can see here in Mexico, they began documenting the amount of femicides that occurred in 2012. And the country's femicide rate exceeded more than 1,000 femicides in the year of 2021. That's crazy. The reports gathered over the last few years display that on average, 10 girls or women are unalived daily in Mexico. Daily. Did you hear that? Daily. Daily. It's so bad. I mean, right now, they got protests going on about the soldiers over there, but there was protests recently about women and women's rights in Mexico because the women are being unalived over there, and then the authorities aren't prosecuting. They're just claiming, oh, this person is just, this person had drug intoxication. Okay, that's what they be saying. Let me show you this video of a protest that happened about 4 months ago, okay, because of the hate crimes against women in Mexico, and people aren't doing anything about it. So that's why this whole femicide, that's why you hear a lot about femicide in Mexico, is because it's very problematic over there. The women get brutally taken out left and right, y'all. We're going to hear from this report now.
We're going to put this case to the test, putting a brand new iPhone 14 Pro Max inside.
It's the cries we've heard before. Hundreds demanding justice for yet another woman killed in Mexico. This time for Ariadna Lopez, known as Ari, a mother to a 5-year-old, found dead earlier this month in what family and protesters are now saying could be a femicide. The 27-year-old went missing on October 30th. Her body later found by a group of cyclists on the side of a highway in the state of Morelos, just south of Mexico City.
Que aclaren la verdad. Ni ellos, ni ustedes, ni nosotros, ni alguien nos puede contar qué realmente fue lo que pasó.
Initially, the state's attorney's office claims she died as a result of excessive alcohol consumption, a claim her family was quick to dispute because they say her body had scratches and bruises.
A petición y con el consentimiento de la familia de Ariadna, solicitamos la realización de una nueva necropsia.
All of this triggering an investigation by Mexico City prosecutors, who later determined the real cause of death was, quote, multiple force trauma. The new investigation pushing prosecutors to call it a possible cover-up.
Si no hubiera entrado la Fiscalía General de Justicia de la Ciudad de México, este feminicidio hubiera quedado impune.
Mexico City's mayor, Claudia Sheinbaum, pointing the finger at the Morelos Attorney General's office.
Se le victimice, se le menosprecie y se encubra un feminicidio.
And during a national press conference, the mayor releasing security footage showing a man who claimed to be Lopez's friend carrying what prosecutors say is her body from a Mexico City apartment.
Ella ya sin vida.
The Attorney General for Morelos, quote, categorically denies the accusations, saying they lack any evidence, and denies knowing one of the two people who've been arrested in connection to her death. One man turned himself in and has denied allegations against him. The state of Morelos, where Lopez was found, has one of the highest rates of femicide in the country. Last year, there were over 1,000 officially ruled cases.
Que tenemos 88 contados en lo que va del año del 2022. Nosotras contabilizamos 88 feminicidios aquí en Morelos.
Tonight, the calls of justice continue. Even with 2 people in custody, her family insists they will continue to fight until someone is held accountable for Ari's death.
No dejen que no den carpetazo como muchas mujeres y vamos a hacer el ruido que debamos de hacer.
Okay, Marissa joins us now live from D.C. tonight. So, Marissa, Mexico City's mayor has openly pointed fingers at the Attorney General in Morelos. There's an investigation now into those allegations. What is he saying tonight?
So those are pretty serious allegations against him, and they're ones that the Attorney General is categorically denying, and he's saying there's no basis for this. So it's important to note, Tom, that the Mexico City mayor has not offered any proof, if there is proof that exists out there, but we do know that there is an investigation into the initial investigation as to whether this was botched intentionally. But regardless, Tom, as we saw with the protests, this is certainly sparking a lot of attention and outrage across the country. So there's a lot of pressure to get to the bottom of this.
So that is just one example, but there is so many other examples of women being unalived there and just the authorities not doing anything. There's a lot of cover-ups. So it has gotten so bad, guys, that they have established this crime. It's more of an aggravated, enhanced crime. So if a person is charged with femicide, they can face longer amounts of prison time in prison for that type of crime if it's determined that they killed this woman because she's a woman. Now, this article, this article says that this year, 229 confirmed cases of femicide were reported in Mexico and 24,600 women are still missing. According to the Mexico's federal penal code, individuals found to commit femicide face between 40 and 60 years in prison. They are also liable for a fine equivalent to 1,000 days of their daily wages. So that's if they determine that the woman was unalive because she is a woman. Now, initially, when a woman is unalived in Mexico, they automatically will charge it as a femicide, right, on the outright. But once it starts going into the criminal prosecution aspect, the prosecutor has to prove that the specific reason why she was unalived was because she is a woman. And if they're unable to do that, then they have to modify the charge into just a regular homicide. And then you already know what happens there with those very lax, low vibrational sentences that we've seen as the example of the other man. So even though it's charged right now as a femicide, Emma, we don't know if he's actually going to be convicted for that, because they have to prove that he unalived this woman because she is a woman and that it was a hate crime. It was the specific intent to take her out because she's a woman. If they can't prove that, then they're going to have to change that charge to just a homicide. So the thing is, we really wanted to stay a femicide because we want that man to get the aggravated sentence of possible amount of facing. What did they say, guys? They said between 40 to 60 years in prison. That's the type of sentence we really want to see. And that's the type of sentence he deserves for what he did to take this woman out. But good evening, Bad News, my love. Good evening, Emma. Seeing all my beautiful people in the chat. I got to greet my beautiful people. Y'all know I'll be late on that. Good evening, Yesum. I love you. She says, good evening, Diligent Queen. You're up on these cases. Thank you for all your posts and encouraging words. No worries, Yesum. That is my heart. I wake up just wanting to inspire people, and I love that you guys at least like to hear it. So I'm so grateful to have you as a family, because you guys appreciate the positive quotes I put out there, because it's truly in my soul to say those things. Emma says, interesting, Queen, and about femicide. Thank you for going into that more. Oh, no problem, sweetie. That's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn and study and figure out what's going on, y'all. What's really going on? It just seems like it confuses the country that the victim is from, or well, like with the U.S. and Shanquella. Yeah, it does. You're right, Emma. It does confuse the country, for example, like America or Canada, because they're not facing those same oppressions that women face in Mexico. So it can be quite confusing, which is one of the issues that I suspect may be going on in the Shaquilla Robinson case, because again, the authorities in the U.S. are having issues with that femicide charge because they don't think that's a crime in the U.S. They don't think that the reason why Shanquilla was unalived was because she's a woman, and there is no such crime in America. We don't have a crime that's related to specifically unaliving a woman because she is a woman in America. So like Emma says, it can cause issues in terms of extradition aspects, like we have in what's going on with the Shanquella case. So yes, Emma, you're right. It can cause some confusing problems with cases like this, where we have people coming from other countries into Mexico, which is why I said, I think my theory is it can lead to a motive of people intentionally bringing their people they want to take out and unalive. They intentionally bring them to Mexico because they know it's going to be a bunch of issues. And because Shanquella's case has gotten all this notoriety, it's going to increase that amount of people who intentionally bring people over to Mexico to take them out, because they know they're going to get a walk in the park as it relates to the judicial system in Mexico, because the criminal system in Mexico is a complete joke. As you've seen from that YouTube video we just played, is that these women are being taken out and the government officials are claiming up and down that it was alcohol poisoning, when we know in reality it's not. These women are found beat to death. You can see bruising and all these abrasions on these women that they were beat to death, and the authorities don't want to prosecute them. So that's why there is this underlying incentive. And this is just a humble opinion, guys. I don't know for sure. I'm just giving you opinions. Y'all know we are, what are we called, y'all? Put in the chat. We are the opinionators and litigators. So I give a lot of opinions on here, okay? And y'all do too. So don't be getting mad. Anyway, it's in my opinion, guys, that I think people are bringing people over that they want to take out. I mean, brutally alive, because they know they're going to get away with it. Or if they do happen to get charged, even though they may have a rough time in those jails, they know that they're not going to be there that long. Whereas if they do it in their homeland, they're going to be facing some significant amount of time. Okay. So, and then the other dangers of Mexico is a lot of these people, they go there and they get so drunk and so wasted that they do these heinous crimes. And again, they get a walk in the park. It's very, very sketchy at this point. The times that we're living in, guys, are very, very scary times. I'm just saying, oh my God. Like Lakeisha said, the red flags are obvious, constant texting. I'm out. Dang, Lakeisha, dang, girl's not playing, y'all. She said if somebody constantly texts her, she's done. Dang, Lakeisha, I didn't know that was really a red flag. Okay, well, I'll have to put that in my back pocket because I had no clue, y'all. Google was my ideas back. Yay! Let me put my theme song on. I missed you, girl. Put my theme song on for you. Yay, 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 yay. Google was my ideas back. Google was my ideas. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Okay, we done. We done clubbing. That's gonna be our little celebration music when we don't see you for a while. And y'all roll back in the chat. We're gonna put the club music on. We're gonna party it up for a little bit, a little twerking, and then get back to the story. Okay, back to the story, y'all. So yes, girl. I didn't know about the text messages. I did not know about the text messages, y'all. I didn't know. So I'm gonna be careful. Thank you, Lakeisha, for putting me up on game, girl. I thought when they text you a lot, they interested. But, I told y'all I need to give me some education on that. Anyway, Emma said, no one seemed to know what femicide was, but I get why they have that in Mexico. How sad. Right, Emma, girl. We had to break it down. Elaine said the numbers, a woman being unalived was high in 2021. Right, wasn't it, Elaine? That's alarming. It's scary. Oh, I wouldn't want to step foot in Mexico. I'm sorry. You are not going to catch me step foot in Mexico. It's just not it. I will find me another place to visit, but it's not going to be Mexico. I'm done. Too many of these stories coming out are very alarming. Emma says Mexico is money over morals. Oh, I like that. It's like a slang now. Y'all boycott Mexico. Mexico is money over morals. Hey, that's my new rapping song. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. Let me put the music back on. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Okay, hold on. Let's get it going. Hey. Come on, pump me up, guys. Boycott Mexico is money over moral. Don't go there because it's kind of overworked. Okay, I'm about to keep my day job, y'all. I can't rap at all. I'm keeping my day job as a lawyer. I can't do it. Sorry, y'all. I tried. It was a failure. Ultimate failure. Sorry, y'all. I tried it. Money over morals, y'all. Money over morals. Boycott Mexico. That's my new campaign song, y'all. All right, y'all. I didn't talk your ear off too long this lovely Sunday night. I hope y'all be safe out in the streets, y'all. May this beautiful young lady rest in peace. And I pray for justice for this young lady. But you already know it's in Mexico, so I don't have much hope, y'all. Not much hope for justice, but we'll pray for the young lady. All right, take care, y'all. Toodaloo.